Dopest community was good, man. You know what time it is. We had to come outside. J. Cole announced the teaser for the album or promotion for the album and everything. Make sure y'all check that out too. I think it's like thefalloff.com and you could like pre-order vinyls and everything. I think he might have some gifts or something in there because I went to the website, pre-ordered mine and everything. Y'all should do the same if you support hip hop, support J. Cole. So this one right here, man. After seeing the teaser, I see that he dropped a track. It's called the Fall Off Disc 2 Track 2. I've seen people online, they're saying it resembles Nas's Rewind and everything. And he's just like being very lyrical and doing what J. Cole does. We already know with all the Kendrick and Drake beef and all that stuff going on that I feel like he shouldn't have been part of in the first place. We're moving on past that. I'm not taking no points away from him when it comes to that. I did like from a character standpoint and a morality standpoint, I felt the apology. I understood. That's your homeboy. You don't want to go back and forth with him in the public eye. You don't even got a problem with him. From a hip hop head standpoint, I was disappointed. Just putting it out there like that. But I respect both sides. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and check out this the Fall Off Disc 2 Track 2. So it looks like it's gonna be a double disc. Let's get right into it. All right, for the past 10 years, this album has been handcrafted with one intention, a personal challenge to myself to create my best work. I do on my last, and I was unable to do on my first. Okay. I had no way of knowing how much time, focus, and energy it would eventually take to achieve this. But despite the countless challenges along the way, I knew in my heart I would one day get to the finish line. I owed it first and foremost to myself, and secondly, I owe it to hip hop. The Fall Off J. Cole. That's dope. I know he got a lot of criticism about the title of it. He's been teasing the Fall Off for like at least 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we just been waiting for it. So it's good that he feels like he got to the finish line. I don't believe that he's done after this though, but who knows, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a whole video.
Mm.
Okay.
How I see it. How I see it. Yeah. Listen. I persevered through the worst. My thirst to adhere is a curse. My life, I see it in reverse. I first appeared in a hearse. The driver steered to the church. My grandkids carried the coffin to the altar as they burst into tears from their shirts. The tears rise to the sides of their face and into their eyes is piercing where hurt. Fast forward 60 years, I got verse of the year. My purpose is clear as to murk. Whoever dare flirt with death, the best alive. And what you now hear is the work. The inspiration was rare and in spurts, but when it's there, I'm immersed. My experience of being a parent dispersed. Watching my son disappear as I stare at his birth. And he returns to the womb, wifey stomach growing greater in girth. And then declining every time we come here to the nurse. With each day that passes, I can feel my career coming first. Do I? Took the wedding ring off her finger and now I'm single. Walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt. Falling clubs tipsy with a bitch I see clear through a skirt. The cameras be snapping, blogs be yapping, so I'm careful alert. Walking to my section, whisper right in my ear. We flirt, we part ways. I see her from a distance, she stares with a smirk. Cheers to the perks with the squad. We live for the search of new hoes. Lusty, quick to fuck me, unaware of they worth. We lead the club, drive to the show, and I swear that it's turned. It all begins with encore cheers from those wearing my merch. Fast forward through years of rehearsal, losing, winning, bank account thinning, income streams nowhere near as diverse. And though I'm blessed, I see me stressing from hearing the chirps of naysayers who only days later I don't care to convert. On cloud 9, now signed to my hero, one of the so-called kings of this rap thing that I swear to usurp. Decade later, mama cut on the cable. My motivation to be greater ends the moment I appear in a purse. I'm growing shorter, pampers cover my hindquarters. I watch my father walk back in my life and it clears up a hurt I couldn't explain. Mama gives me my name, then hands me over to the doctor and I watch as my spirit reverts. Then I'm no longer here on this earth. I'm no longer here on this earth. That's how I see it. I'ma come in.
Yo, is there more?
fuck is you? Who the
Hey,
fuck is you?
hey,
Who the fuck is you?
hey.
Who the fuck is you? Out the
Get my
way,
life
it's
together,
a
y'all.
real nigga coming through. Out the way, it's a real nigga coming through.
What it is, ho? 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 What it is, ho?
All right, man. So it looks like we got a teaser for another track. Yo, this right here, this is something special right here. This is really special. Like, I don't know if you guys caught it. He had the whole we're gonna watch this again, but I saw the whole Friday Night Lights joint, and you saw him sitting on the basketball upside down. That part right there was fire to me. I like this right here, man. Of course, like Nas is my favorite rapper of all time. That's my GOAT. So him doing like kind of like this rewind aspect of everything is dope. Like just when he's talking about like his kids and like him, seeing his kids and all that stuff, and then being at his funeral, and then him his wife and everything, and before him being with his wife, he's hanging out in the club and kicking it with people and popping champagne and all that. Then he goes with like my dad, walking out of my life and all, well, walking into my life and all that other stuff. I was like, bro, like this is crazy right here. Like this is insane. Like his J. Cole's writing abilities are like ridiculous. And the people that have issues with J. Cole, man, I gotta question your love for hip hop for real, man. Because there's no way you could listen to this and not give this man his credit. And I believe this album will probably be his greatest album, because he put so much time into it. I believe he was working on the fall off, like around the time that he dropped he was working on the fall off while he was working on the off season and everything. And if you pay attention to this right here, you see the flames and everything. The off season like has the flames around the backboard, then you got the fall off and everything. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into this lyrically. I looked on Genius. Genius doesn't have the lyrics up here yet, and I'm pretty sure J. Cole might have done that on purpose. So we're gonna go ahead and listen. And I did not know that he was I think it's Interscope. I think he got some Interscope stuff going on right now. This is a fire video, by the way. Then it says Jermaine was here. So I wonder like what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like what did he this has some significance to it. I know it does.
Yeah.
Production is fire. So obviously this is like present day J. Cole right here. This is present day J. Cole, or the future version of him that where he sees himself and everything, and he's just writing his rhymes and all that.
How I see it.
The studio.
Yeah.
Him coming up with words and then him laying the words down. So we gotta really view this backwards. So this is him coming up with words, and then this is him coming up with words, and then him sitting down with the words, with the lines and everything. Or it could be him finding the inspiration.
Listen, I persevered through the worst. My thirst to adhere is a curse. My life, I see it in reverse. I first appeared in a hearse.
My life, I see it in reverse. I first appeared in a hearse. So it's like paying attention to the first few lines, like he tells you what time it is.
The driver steered to the church. My grandkids carried the coffin to the altar as they burst into tears from their shirt.
They carry coffins to the altar while they burst into tears on their shirt. So this right here, obviously, the hearse comes up, and then his grandkids are there looking at him as they're putting him in the ground and everything. You see everyone gathered around right here. And it's crazy like how he just makes this window of life, like going like, backwards. Is crazy.
Tears rise to the sides of their face and into their eyes is piercing where hurt. Fast forward
from the side of their face and into their eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that right there is crazy. Like he's just
60 years, I got verse of the year. My purpose is clear as to murk whoever dare flirt with.
He's talking about he got verse of the year like prior to that, before him dying and everything.
Dare flirt with death, the best alive, and what you now hear is the work. The inspiration was rare and in spurts, but when it's there, I'm immersed. My experience of being a parent dispersed. Watching my son disappear.
My idea of being a parent is, oh my goodness, watching my son disappear. Like he's watching his son disappear because it's going backwards. You know what I mean? It's so dope, man. His writing abilities are insane.
Watching my son disappear as I stare at his birth, and he returns to the womb, wifey stomach grown greater in girth.
Wifey stomach grown greater than girth. He appears to the womb, and then like you got like his son over here and everything, and he's looking at his wife and everything. You know how it is, like when they say when you die, your life flashes before your eyes and everything.
And then declining every time we come here to the nurse. With each day that passes, I can feel my career coming first.
Yeah, so he's talking about every time they come to the nurse and everything, it's not time to like deliver the baby and everything. He's like, and I feel like my career is declining. So I gotta actually go through and do some research on when this happened, because obviously I would start with looking at like the year that his child was born, and then looking at where his career was. Cause he seems to be stressing about his career while his wife is pregnant with his son. So I want to go back and check out those years so I can see between what albums when he started doubting himself. Because I really want to know why J. Cole doubts himself. Everything he puts out is it gets received well, and in my opinion, it's pure fire.
Do I took the wedding ring off her finger and now I'm single, walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt.
Walking, he's like walking backwards in the aisle to an era of dirt. That right there is crazy. Like my life didn't have as much meaning before my wife and everything. That's why he's saying I take my ring off my finger and I walk backwards past down the aisle.
Backwards to an era of dirt. Falling clubs tipsy with a bitch I see clear through a skirt.
Yep, fall in the club tipsy and the bitch I think see clearing the skirt. So he's like, before he met his wife and everything, he was out here partying and all that stuff, and pretty much saying like his life was like he didn't really know the meaning of life. Like he was still trying to figure out his purpose before he met her. Outside the writing and everything. And I feel like even with him writing and rapping, he still didn't really know his purpose. So I wonder if he started changing after he met her, because it kind of seems that way. But like I said, I gotta go through and do some research and look at the years and really do some homework.
The cameras be snapping, blogs be yapping, so I'm careful alert. Walk into my section, whisper right in my ear, we flirt, we part ways. I see her from a distance, she stares with a smirk.
I see her from a distance. She stares with a smirk. So pretty much he gets the girl in the club and everything, and then he's leaving the club, and then he's looking out for paparazzi and all that other stuff, because he knows they're looking for him. And it's like J. Cole never really talks about his personal life at all. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to like his wife and his son, I don't know when he got married. I don't know when he met his when he got married and like when he had his son. So I have to look into that because he keeps his life pretty private.
Cheers to the perks with the squad, we live for the search of new hoes. Lusty, quick to fuck me, unaware of they worth.
Yep. Lusty quick to fuck me unaware they work. So him and his homies go to the club, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So he goes to the clubs with homies, meets the girl, the paparazzi's out there and everything. A little bit later, he meets his wife, he gets married to his wife, he has his son, things like
We
that.
leave the club, drive to the show, and I swear that it's turnt. It all begins with encore cheers from those wearing my merch.
So he went to the club after he had a concert so far. So he went to the club after he had his concert.
Fast forward through years of rehearsal, losing, winning, bank account thinning, income streams nowhere near as diverse.
So obviously before he goes to the show and everything, and I don't feel like this is one event. Obviously we know this is not one day. This takes place over a period of time. So you have J. Cole, he's talking about like just his career in time, like how it feels. Like if you guys listen to the come up, listen to the warm up, and then listen to the blow up, that was like that Piff kind of put together joint. They had like songs up there. It wasn't an official release from him, but the blow up is important too. But like on the come up and all that stuff, you hear him talking about where he's at and everything. That's why my favorite album from him is Forest Hill Drive. That's why I have it in my room. My favorite album from him is Forest Hill Drive, because I feel like that right there is like the apex. Like you see Forest Hill Drive is the perfect way to display J. Cole's like a bit like his transition, him transitioning into who he is now, because you have young J. Cole, and then you have maturing J. Cole. And then it's so crazy with his hair. He's got the afro and now he has the locks, you know what I'm saying? So the afro is a hairstyle in between short hair and locks, you know what I'm saying? Or short hair and braids, however you want to say it. It's like the in between. I feel like Forest Hill Drive is the in between J. Cole. That's why it's my favorite album. And I love the off season too.
And though I'm blessed, I see me stressing from hearing the chirps of naysayers who only days later I don't care to convert.
Exactly. So he's talking about the naysayers saying that he ain't gonna go nowhere. Because when he came out, there's the big comparison. This is like before, like Kendrick. People get the misconception, like casual hip hop heads that was not there during like the blog era and all that other stuff. Like Kendrick, this whole time with Kendrick and Drake, when they were talking about who's gonna be the top guy, you got J. Cole from Jay-Z's camp from Rock Nation, then you got Young Money over here, and you got, the front runner Young Money Drake. So they're trying to pin those two against each other, and they never let their relationship get that way. I guess until now, but that's they there. We don't really know where both of them stand. J. Cole has apologized to Drake as well as Kendrick, but Kendrick was lurking this whole time. Kendrick wasn't up here with them, but Kendrick was putting out music really fast at a high rate I ain't gonna say before anybody knew about, because niggas knew about Kendrick, but he wasn't in the mainstream like J. Cole and Drake was. So yeah, so him talking about the naysayers and everything, these are the people doubting him, doubting if he'll be as commercial as Drake, or have the commercial success, I should say, have the commercial success that Drake has. And J. Cole I always like looked at them as trees and everything. Like there's two like hip hop trees, and I'm getting to that later. I might do it in another video because I feel like it sparks a lot of debate.
On cloud nine, now signed to my hero, one of the so-called
There
kings
it
of this
is.
rap thing that I swear.
Right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. This right here, Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights right here. You see him with the basketball and everything. And I think that's the type of time we're on right there with the snow and everything representing Cold World.
Nine, now signed to my hero.
Hold on. This is when he's talking about signing to Jay-Z.
Convert on cloud nine, now signed to my hero, one of the so-called kings of this rap thing that I swear to usurp.
See, why did he say one of the so-called rap kings? Because there's always been speculation that J. Cole and Jay-Z have something. I think it has something to do with like his music and everything. J. Cole had mentioned something about his royalties and all that. So I kind of, this line right here, we say my so-called, because I remember in the beginning, there was never no so-called when it came to Jay-Z. It was just kind of like, yo, that's one of my goats. You know what I'm saying? But this so-called, that line really sticks out to me. Y'all let me know if I'm reaching, but that line really sticks out. It's like real subtle from J. Cole. And like I said, this is not the first time he mentioned having problems with Rock Nation.
I don't care to convert on cloud nine, now signed to my hero, one of the so-called kings of this rap thing that I swear to usurp. Decade later, mama cut on the cable. My motivation to be greater ends the moment I appear in a purse.
My motivation becomes clear the moment I appear in her purse. So this is like when he looks and he sees like no money in his mom's purse. And now he's talking about 10 years. So now if we go through the timeline, it's 10 years prior. This is taking place 10 years prior to him being signed. J. Cole signed to Rock Nation in 2009. So obviously we're talking about him being in the, we might be able to figure this out right now. So he's talking about 2009 he signed to Rock Nation and everything. So if we go, damn, we go 10 years back. What now he's talking about 1999? So his motivation started looking in his mom's purse in 1999?
My motivation to be greater ends the moment I appear in a purse.
My motivation to be greater ends the moment I appear in her purse. So when you're talking about like 1999, that's crazy right there, man. That is, yeah, that's wild right there.
I'm growing shorter, Pampers cover my hindquarters. I watch my father walk back in my life and it clears up a hurt.
It clears up a hurt when my father walks back into my life. So it's obviously, it's like, it's going backwards. Go.
On my hindquarters, I watch my father walk back in my life and it clears up a hurt.
And look at this, it's 1992 right now. You know what I'm saying? So now we're 99 is over here. Now we're in 1992 and he's talking about his dad like walking like in and out of his life and all that stuff. And we already know if you listen to J. Cole's music, he always talks about his dad. He talks about how his stepfather was there for him more than his dad was.
I couldn't explain. Mama gives me my name, then hands me over to the doctor and I watch as my spirit reverts.
Hands me over to the doctor and I watch as my spirit reverts.
Then I'm no longer here on this earth.
And I'm no longer here on this earth. Talk.
I'm no longer here on this earth. That's how I see it. I'm gonna come in.
And look at him, just looking at him peering through here, man. You gotta pay attention to the visuals, man. Look how deep that is right there. That's his life. He's looking back at his life. Or looking forward. However you look at it, he's looking forward or he's looking back. He looks like he's looking back to his life. Come on, man. The fall off is inevitable, man. Like, come on, dog. Yeah, J. Cole did his thing up here, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it, man. February 6th, 2026. And I'm pretty sure more symbolism. 2626. And what he be saying? 26 Vietnam? Oh shit. It's the country code, 26 County. Wow. Yo, that's crazy. I told you, man, it's the damn symbol. Y'all see that? Y'all saw this just happen right here. 2-6. Y'all remember that? If y'all are like heavy J. Cole fans, y'all remember he'll say 2-6 Vietnam. Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta pay attention to this symbolism, man. This is like him and Kendrick love to do symbolism. Like, it's not to put Kendrick in. This isn't about Kendrick. This is about like the fall off in this track right here. But yo, this is insane, man. I cannot wait for this album. Are you guys as excited about this album as I am? You guys looking forward to it? Are you guys still holding him accountable for everything that happened, with him and Kendrick and all that stuff? Because from what I hear behind the scenes, they still rock with each other. Like at the Dreamville Fest and all that stuff. Like I heard like Schoolboy Q performed there, and then I heard Schoolboy Q was talking to J. Cole and everything while all this was going on. And then for those that really feel the way, go back and listen to his apology, man. Like go back and listen to what he said. It's almost like I wouldn't want him in the battle if he was gonna fake shit. I mean, we wanted to see him go back and forth lyrically, but I don't think it would have ever just been that. Cause the way that Drake was throwing shots at Kendrick and Kendrick was getting personal with Drake, both of them going deeper and deeper, pause, vice versa. J. Cole didn't fit in that. You know what I'm saying? And then there's no telling what either party knows about anybody. So like J. Cole could be, J. Cole lives a pretty private life. And who knows, man? Like if it would have got too crazy, J. Cole might have been like, yo, all right, man, y'all coming from my family. I'm out of this hip hop shit. It's too toxic. You know what I'm saying? Because he already said like him doing that with Kendrick. He said the first 2 days he was like, "Yo, this is like really disrupting my peace." Like seeing the feedback. Like think about it, man, you got a homie that y'all are publicly beefing, right? And it's like you don't really got no malice in your heart, neither does he. But the critics and like the commenters, like what I'm saying, like the people, like they're looking at it like, oh yeah, like especially when they choose sides. Could you imagine if you got beef with your homeboy and it ain't really real? It's like on a competitive thing. So let's say we playing basketball, right? You playing one on one with your best friend. You're out there, you're being competitive, right? And then the game is pretty much live streamed or it's a VOD or whatever, and you see people in the comments picking your side and picking his side, and you're like, F that dude, low man, you dunked all over him, he a scrub. You don't want to see nobody talk about your homeboy like that because this is a competitive nature. But then you see people on his timeline, yo, F low man, he can't rock with you. That game was rigged. Of course, I'm assuming I won, right? So it's like, yo, F low man, he can't rock with you. That game was rigged. So then my homeboy seeing it like, yo, like what is this? Like I can't have you dissing my man's and vice versa. We doing this for competitive nature. But I feel like this went outside of that. But I also believe that when it comes to Kendrick and Drake, this had to happen. This musical reset, this reset of hip hop in the mainstream had to happen because now people are more conscious. People are listening more to music and more to lyrics now. It's not all about the vibe. The vibe era is done. Now it's more about listening. You know what I'm saying? We're in the information era. So it's like the more information you put in the music, the art, I love how the art is being appreciated now. People are appreciating art more. The only downside to this is y'all keep an eye out too. There's a lot of casual hip hop heads that are just looking for a check. They don't really know nothing. They won't out here when things were going on. Not saying they can't research it, but they don't remember things. They're doing it for clicks. So make sure y'all differentiate those people. Cause like the real hip hop heads know what time it is when it come to this shit. So be aware that everybody's out looking for a bag, and I can't blame them because the way the economy is, like everybody looking to get a dollar. So I get it, but at the same time, man, just all I say is when it comes to this hip hop shit, just respect it. So if you're somebody that wants to get into this hip hop space, please just respect it. Respect the culture, please. That's all I ask. Like that's the biggest thing. That's a big reason why I came out here on this platform on YouTube. Like I started with gaming on Twitch and all that stuff, but I was still out there like talking hip hop on Twitch while I'm playing video games with my homies and all that. And then I got tired of it, man, when the Kendrick and Drake shit popped off, and I'm starting to see the different critics that I don't know nothing about it. Like, yo, you was riding a wave about something else, and now you want to ride a wave with this thing. And then the way you're spinning these narratives, it's not right. Everything you're saying ain't even true. You don't know the history of Drake and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people didn't even know that they were beefing for this long. I knew, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people didn't know. So I decided to use my platform to help hip hop and give people a better understanding of the culture, man. Not the musical genre, the culture. Give people the understanding of like hip hop and its culture. Cause I realize a lot of people do not know about it. Even people that I thought knew about this don't really know based on what they're saying. So I ain't gonna sit here and rant and rave about it, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one out, man. Appreciate all love and support. Protect your peace with your peace. Stay away from never stay away from negativity and naysayers, and then also keep doing what you do, man. Do what you love, keep having fun, and everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to, man. I'll holler at you on the next one. Y'all be easy out there. I love you guys. Peace.